So really what I'd like to talk about is that I think some of the reasons, and I'm not the expert, I think we all have lived many years and get knowledge all the time, but a lot of times is that there's a lot of hidden barriers. Look at this lady before a door and there's an opportunity, but she's not able to open the door. And why? A lot of the times it's because of our cultural expectations and of course what we put in that chat as we were doing those words. Remember, there's a lot of fear that holds us back. And perhaps what I'd really like to stress is one, from a society point of view, women are often socialized to follow the rules. That's how we all do that. Mwana mwega, a nice girl, close your legs, don't do this, go to the kitchen. We are all familiarized that we should be nice people. So we should follow the rules. Yet boys can go out, they can do anything, and it's a socialization. The other one, of course, and it came out clearly when we were doing that word, the word cloud, is this fear of failure. Women may feel that the cost of failure is far greater when you attempt something, alijisikia anaweza kufanya, because the expectations is that will not be able to. The other one is, of course, a good girl syndrome. Social conditioning teaches women to play by the rules, as I said, like the rules, because then it leads to less risk-taking. And in 2014, Hewlett Packard, a very big IT company, they did an internal report where men applied for a job when they met 60% of their qualifications. But you know what? Women only applied if they meet 100%. And McKinsey has done a similar study and found the same. So what happens? Imagine you're already perfect at 60%. Men have said they're perfect and they're applying. You wait for that last 40%. Why? Why are you waiting? While you're waiting, someone else has already knocked on that door and gone through. Where you're just, let me wait. Who tells you that job is waiting for you when you reach 100%? So one thing we have to understand, because of this wanting to play by the rules, it holds us back because I think I have to be perfect. See, the advertisement said, must have this 5 years experience. Those are merely suggestions. You should always look at that advertisement, even for you as a business. It says you should have 10 million, whatever. Don't just go. Let them say, no, it costs you nothing. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Men do not look at those rules. They just go. And you've seen that. And Shirley Sandberg actually uses that very much in her video, the one she did a TED Talk about lean in. And if any of you have read her book or even watched that little audio, I'd urge you to go to TED Talks and watch it. We seem to create more rules for ourselves as women. Oh, we need to follow the rule. The rule did not say that. The bank said I need to do this. Just get what you have and say, I know you told me to have 10 million. I have only 7.5. Let's talk. There's no bank that will turn you down. They will work with you to try and help you get there. So really, that is one of the reasons of these hidden barriers that keep us down. And we've seen even that research at Hewlett Packard. Then there's a cost of not asking. Imagine the man applied at 60%. He may or may not have got it. 50-50, he got it. So what was that cost for you waiting for that to be perfection before you go for that entrepreneur loan, before you sort out that issue, before you do this? Oh, let me wait until I'm in a good mood. Or when I've slimmed down, wait until I'm 20 pounds lighter before I go and do X, Y, Z. So what happens? It costs you. You lose opportunities, you lose promotions. You may lose higher salary by not negotiating or asking. You miss a business opportunity because you didn't think you were big enough for that tender. So there's a lot at stake by not asking. Now, secondly, research shows that women who ask are seen as difficult. And that's what is perpetuates that hesitation for us to advocate for ourselves. Please put it in the chat if you agree. Is that true? Are we seen as difficult? Vicky will be reading some of the chat for me. How many times have you been told you're difficult because you went to ask something? What's your experience of being told you're being difficult? Even at home when you ask for something as you were growing up. There's actually a book by Linda Babcock and Sarah Lasberger, which is maybe where you got this title, Why Women Don't Ask. For me, I remember personally, there's a late Evanson Waneke, he used to be an MD in Shell, very, very good man, really a gentleman, polished, used to be chairman of Kenya Airways, he was chairman at BAT, he was MD previous at Shell, I think he was the second black CEO there after George Minor. And I remember when I left the UNEP, because I'd given up all my board titles, except the ones that were non-profit, like the Red Cross Boma Hotels. And when I left UNEP at 2012, I had no more boards, and I needed to go back on the board trade. I wanted to have boards. I wanted to put myself there. I wanted to connect with society because I used to work with UNEP as international staff. And when I left, he was a mentor for me, really a lovely gentleman. And I called him up and I said, let's go for lunch. And I told him, hey, I need a board position. He said, what? I said, yeah. I need a board. Can you help me? And all I needed to do was ask. He would never have come and brought me a board job because he didn't know I wanted one. So I asked. And he actually set me up where he was on a board member. He was on East African Packaging Industries. It took about 7-8 months because those people, they're from Monaco, they came here, they interviewed me. But in the end, I went back on boards. And you know what happens? As soon as you're on one board, people know you're back. I started getting others. GT Bank, people welcome me because people like success. Oh, she's on that board. Oh, she can also be on our board. Success begets success. And now I went back to having all my boards, including where I am, because people see your people look after you. They're looking up to you. You can be a board director. And I was back simply because I actually said, please, I want to be on a board and I'd like you to find me a board. So just ask. No one won't hurt you. And I served there for 4 years and got some good money. Not the best, but I got some money. But also I got experience back. I got dealing with boards. I got to understand more things. I got more experience, which all has ended up to where I am. And as you can see from this, US women are more likely than men to say they're not comfortable asking for higher pay. The last time they asked is when they were hired. So when was the last time you asked for an increase from your price for your customer? Or you asked for something that you need or for pay? This shows the medium. This was a Gallup poll. It's actually 2023, I believe it was, showing the difference of pay in the US. So even in these advanced markets, the women are still not being paid the same as men. And that means that we really need to have this force of asking for it. Now, the power of negotiation. I think what I've actually started to realize, because I'm somebody also who doesn't like confrontation. I'd rather go delete, and just forget about it. But I've had to learn, particularly in setting my rates when I became a consultant. When somebody asked me, make a bid, how much do you want to be charged? And I was very, women, I think we were socialized badly, because for me, my father was just about work hard, get a job. But even saying what my fee is was very hard, but I had to learn because I've got children, I've got school fees, I've got my mother who lives with me, she's now 90. So I started to have to force myself to ask for what I want. I said, well, I don't know, I chat between this and this. No, I just ask. I say, if you're in Mukinde, it's 150,000 for 2 hours for half a day. And you actually give it. And if you're a very rich company, I might even say people, the worst they can say is no. So, but before I couldn't. I used to take 30,000, 50,000. No, it's fine. And a man will boldly walk there with half of my skills, half of my reputation, and ask for a big sum. Some of these media celebrities, they go and do emceeing for 200, 300,000, which is far more than even professionals get. So what I would want you to really realize is negotiation is not a confrontation, it's a conversation that drives success. And I think if you want to get anything from here is mastering negotiation is crucial to securing the support, the resources, and the recognition needed. Because you'll continue playing small because you're not negotiating up. In fact, sometimes they say when you place your value at a high level, that's when high level, people think actually that product is much better than this one being charged cheap. They think this person charging me 2 million must be very qualified rather than this who's coming to charge me 900,000. This one looks like they know what they're talking about. And that's how luxury good trades work. So recognize the true value and cost yourself effectively. Because men negotiate for pay, higher pay, 4 times more than men, 4 times. And we know we're smarter. I mean, frankly, I think it. I hope there's not a man here, but even if he was, I think they admit we're smarter. Yeah. Think of somebody who's had a successful negotiation that changed the course of their life. Could you put somebody in the chat? Let's go to the chat and put in the chat somebody you know. Somebody says, Josephine Oduor, as a bubbly, confident lady, I get this a lot. So I want you to put in the chat somebody you know who actually did a successful negotiation that changed the course of their life, either it's career, business, politics, whatever it is. Somebody who was it. Can you think of somebody? I know somebody I'm thinking about. I want to see whether you're asleep or you're still here. Are you still here?
Yeah, there's one who says Ruto.
Yeah, Ruto negotiates, by the way. Yes. Yes, he had a very long time and he negotiated. And people didn't think you'd be able to make it. Catherine, I see you typing. Type. Martha, you are very thoughtful. Your hand is on your chin. Unafikiria somebody who negotiated something. Let me tell you who I'm thinking about. And I don't know if it's true. I'll wait for the books to be written. Even who? Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris, yes.
She was a presidential candidate. You remember? And even I was thinking, why is she going for that thing? She's not known, blah, blah, blah. She was a presidential candidate with Joe Biden. And she put herself right there. I am very sure there was a negotiation and a plot for her to say, I will be deputy to him, to Biden. Now look, the lady is geared to be the next president of America. The next president, all going right, hopefully, cross all our fingers and toes. She negotiated herself into a position to be the vice president. And she's got the support of Biden, and now she's coalesced. I mean, it's changed the whole campaign. Everybody was very dull, nothing was happening. There's a new fever called joy, hope in America. And the world is actually feeling hopeful that we're not going to World War III. Simply because there was a woman who saw a position and said, I'm going to negotiate for that. So what have you put in the chat? Vicky, what have they put in the chat?
I have seen Millie Mabona, Wangari Maathai. The rest is a reply. Those are the two that I have seen people reply.
Yeah. So just keep thinking. Even somebody, a sister, a cousin, somebody know who negotiated. Because it is not a confrontation. Please don't take that word out of your mind. It's a conversation to drive success. It's a conversation to drive success. Now, there are strategies that you can take to overcome this hesitation that we all feel, fear of rejection, to look foolish, to do all those things that we were talking about. And confidence can only come with practice. I don't know how sometimes we assume, even me sometimes, that I will just get there straight to the top. Africans have a story, you don't climb the tree from the top. This is one of the proverbs. Vicky, I think you've had a proverb like that. You don't climb the tree from the top. All these people want to start life at the top, big car, big mobile, big everything. You don't. You climb the tree from the bottom. And there's a book called, I think it's called The Tipping Point. It talks about how do you become an expert. And it talks about 10,000 hours. Why? 10,000 hours of doing something to make you an expert. By the way, 10,000 hours is about 10 years. If you've been doing your job for 10 years, you're an expert because you've done the thing over and over and over, and you're an expert at it. That's why they say specialization. Do what you're good at. Create a niche. Work that area. If it's a customer, that type of customer, develop an expertise in that type of customer. I know for me, coaching, I say, I coach over 40s. In fact, my ideal is 45 onwards. I don't want 30s. They are wonderful people, but they've got too many issues. They've got too many challenges. They've got young children. They've got husbands who are errant. They've got, not all, some. They are in their first time as a manager role, so their boss is on top of them. They work long hours. They are looking after their figure and doing Pilates and yoga. and they've got their lady, they got their girlfriends, they go Girl Friday. They got so many issues. They go to schools to go and see teachers' consultation because the man was not going. I mean, literally, they are carrying the world. The fact is, me, I give you commendation. I will not do it. By the time you get 40, 45, after tumbo niangu, I'm not going for Pilates. You're very confident. And your boss tells you to stay, you say, I'm not staying, I'm going home. They're very confident in who they are. And therefore, for me, I can tune with them. But there are people who are excellent at handling people who are, that is, are juggling many, many balls in the air. And that's why they're so agile and so strong. And that's why they're also very confrontational. They've got so many struggles. Don't bring them nonsense. 30s will just show you out. 40s, they are calm. 50s, at akuna manene, you can step on me or just say, oh, they're sorry. And you don't want to step on me. They just say, sorry. They're calm. So practice finding what is your niche market. What are you good at doing? And there's some key points that I can talk about that will help you be able to do this. And I'll show them to you. But actually, the first one is build as, you need to build a strong support network. Do you have a strong support network? Vic is part of my support network. Look what I'm doing 11:30 at night in Bangkok. Instead of being out drinking and eating Thai food. She's a network. I know what she brings to me and she knows what I bring to her. Kada is in my room here. We're waiting to finish and then we go and have some food, dinner. Why? She's my network. Emotional intelligence coaches. We support each other. We're here in Bangkok, 13 of us supporting each other. Kenya is represented strong. We're the biggest delegation. Rather China to maybe China. I think China, there were 11 or 10. Sindio Vicky, how many were there?
I think we were about 12.
12, and us we are 13. We even had two speaking spots.
China are 8 or 7.
Yeah.
The second language is like 8.
And Kenya had 2 speaking slots. China didn't even have. They just had a quick presentation for a few minutes. So is this network? Vic is building her network. So I want you to think, do you have a strong support network? Not people of asking for money. A real support network. And please find mentors who can navigate similar barriers. I have networks. I told you Vincent Maneki was my mentor. I have people I can call in who are really good friends of mine. My support network. Julius Kipnetich, I call him like this. And you call me like this. And so I haven't seen him this whole year. I don't think we've talked on the phone. Mary Mulili, my network is there. I may not see them all, but we know. They call, I go. She's celebrating her father. We all go to water and we sleep the night, we do whatever. So you need to find mentors, bring a strong support network, and then start small. Practice asking for things in everyday scenarios. Can you ask for a discount at a shop? When I was at the airport coming in, I wanted my thing shrink wrapped. And I wasn't sure I wanted it. So this guy told me, no, come for shrink wrap. It's very safe. By the way, that would take me a lot of time cutting that shrink wrap. Maybe I should have cut it. I was looking for a knife to cut it. He says, no. I said, you take your M-Pesa? He said, yes. So when it was shrink wrap, as it's finishing, I asked that guy, how much is it? He said, 1,500. I said, eh. I started negotiating. I got it for 1,000. 10 people. There was a Mzungu there paying me. I paid 1,000 instead of 1,500. That's more. Shrink wrapping the suitcase, I'm still negotiating. Ask for a discount as a store. A client asks something or you need something. Prepare for the no. Just know it will be no. Knowing that rejection is part of the process, but it doesn't define who you are. The Chinese are excellent at asking for everything. In fact, they take pride when they say, I got this thing. How much do you think this pen was? 10 shillings. I got it for 2 shillings. They get such pride. And others, for us, is saying, I bought this thing at 5,000. That's how we get our pride. No. We should get our pride that I got a discount. Yeah? So I start with small asks. I've got a client of mine who is in the loan business, and they say they started with a lady in Mombasa area, coastal area, 5,000 shillings. She's now like 10 or 12 years ago. Her daughter was small. She had nothing. She started a small business. She's a microfinance. So 5,000. Today, that girl is going to university. She's just going. The lady has built a house. She has grown from 5,000. So really, start small. It's about building a muscle. I know you feel rejection, but get used to a no. Everybody can say a no. So let's see some of these things I have put here, 10 of them. It's for small favors daily. Negotiate discounts or deals. Practice saying no politely. Have those difficult conversations that you don't want to have. Somebody hurt you, somebody did. Just say, so and so, you know, I felt this and this happened. I thought I was disrespected. I feel I'm not getting a good deal. I think that this, so it's I, not you, I. Set a goal for what you want to ask. Do you know, I used to train a program called Female Future. 10 years. It's a Norwegian program we do with FKE. And the leadership mode which I'm on is got 3 things. Who am I? Those are the pillars. 2, what do I want? 3, how do I get there? What is funny, and I don't say it's so funny because even me when I'm 50, even now sometimes you ask me what I want, I'm not clear, but at least I know my short goals. Finding out who am I? Who really am I? What have I achieved? What am I capable of doing? What are my strengths? It's so important. I may ask you about your company that you run or the one that employs you. You've got so much to say, but about yourself, you don't even know. Discover who you are. But number 2, what do you want? Let me tell you, unless you know what you want, you're going nowhere. I used to laugh at people with that family strategy plans. I said, I work on a strategy plan. Whoa, I discovered in my late age, those people own houses and even those, you know, those houses, there are shops downstairs and then 2 floors of flats, 30 units. My dream thing to own, just so that I can have passive income, even if it's at Kayole, even if it's at wherever. I'm sophisticated. I want to buy a nice house and I've not invested. I wish. Knowing what you want. I want financial independence. I want XYZ. Many of us, the problem is we don't know what we want. And when you don't know what you want, any road can take you there because you don't know what you want. Can you tell me in certainty in the next 18 months, this is exactly what I want? Do you have a plan or a goal? This is a goal, exactly what I want. In 5 years, this is what I want. That's why I relocated to Nyanyuki. For once, I started knowing exactly what I want. I'm 68, and I said, Hiya, am I going to be buried in Langata? What do I want? I'm paying so much money in a rented house in Nairobi. The traffic is awful. I'm in a flat locked in all the time. I don't even enjoy sunshine or the grass. I said, maneno. And I said, I want to relocate. I want a comfortable life where I can walk in a village. I can have sunshine. I can have a garden. My mother can be in her last days with her wheelchair. By then, I might go before her. So I shouldn't say her last days. And I moved. I did not believe. People don't believe. It's exactly a year since I moved to Nyanyuki. And it's beautiful. I pay less than half the rent that I used to pay in Nairobi. The food I grow my own potatoes and beans in Nyanyuki. I'm eating my maize. We roast and boil. What do you want? Faith, what do you want? What do you want? Winnie, unataka nini? There's somebody called Wamboi Kimoto. That sounds like me. What do you want? Honey, what do you want? Tell me. 2026, November 30th. What do you want? Jacqueline. Catherine Mkoko, me, I think I know what you want. Charity, Martha, Millicent, what do you want? 5 years from now, when you're 35, 45, 38, what do you want? You can even say, I want a family and a husband. Fine, now you've got focus. Because before you do that, you don't have a focus. And then track your wins and progress. You know, I have this program I call Executive Repositioning Program. I used to do it physically, now I do it online, but I've also digitized it. One of the things is about writing a CV, a selling, winning, professional, high-level CV to get you that international job. And I don't think it's very rare. Every time I've done those and I ask people, can we write your achievements? People don't have them. I say, write 5 achievements for every role you've ever had. It's like pulling teeth at a dentist. People don't track their wins and their progress. What have you achieved? I launched this. I'm the one who introduced this thing. I increased sales by 10%. We did. People, they're all scattered. Yet if I ask you about your business, your company's business, you give me 30. You need to track what, because it gives you a sense of worthiness. It gives you a sense of accomplishment. It tells you the path you've walked for 10 years, 15 years. If I was to challenge you, let's write all your achievements on a line, all over your whole career. Your core achievement, the ones you're very proud of, but you have to make them smart. You have to tell me, quantify them. What was achieved? What was the impact, percentage, value, una? So track your wins and your progress. Seek feedback. They say feedback is the breakfast for champions or kings. Seeking feedback is so important. And the people around you, sometimes I send my friends, and I do that in my training. I send this, do a WhatsApp and ask 20 of your friends, just the same text send. What do you think are my 5 top attributes or characteristics? You'll be amazed what your friends will tell you. They see you. And even things you take for granted, you don't know, they will tell you. I've done that so many times. And it's helped me be able to craft what is my purpose, what things am I strong at? And then I focus on the things I'm strong, just 3 or 5 things, and I use those. Forget about the things to improve. Research has shown that don't focus on things you need to improve, unless they're critical, like balancing your checkbook, managing your health. Focus on your strengths. Do you know your top strength? Have you asked those around you? Tell me, what is it that I'm really good at? What are my characteristics? What's my abilities? And ask questions instead of accepting fast offers. Particularly when we're looking for jobs, I tell people, please do your due diligence. Please, please, please do your due diligence. If somebody tells you I pay this, go do some research. Google. Ask ChatGPT. Do a market survey. How much do these things really cost before you start pricing? Sometimes we have this pricing. It's called bottom up. You do the cost of purchase, importing, duty, whatever. That's bottom up costing. But there's also another costing which is called market down. You find out what is this product retailing at? What is the value people have given this product? And then you say, if I sell it at 10 shillings, but people have given it a value of 15, I'm leaving 5 shillings on the table. Why would you leave 5 shillings on the table? But most people try and work on this cost plus approach instead of really doing good research about what do people really pay for this price. Then research and know your worth and surround yourself, as we've said. So these are tips I would give you. Because at the end of the day, don't underestimate yourself and don't devalue yourself. Let me see if this will work. Vicky.
Yes.
It's such a nice video. I really wanted you to see. It's called, let me put it in the chat. It's a very short video. But it's such a lovely little video. It's called At Lisa and then Song. S-O-N-G and then Sutton. S-U-T-T-O-N. T-O-N.
At Lisa?
Song.
This is you.
Yeah, it's YouTube. Lisa Song, like a song. Lisa and then Song, like in singing song, and then Sutton. S-U-T-T-O-N. And this is a picture she has there on it. I don't know why my videos, I spent time finding these videos. Now they're not working.
Lisa Song, what?
At Lisa Song Sutton. S-U-T-T-O-N.
Okay.
If you find it, let me know. Otherwise, we can just go on. Because it's a very nice little video. It's short. It's like a minute.
Let me see if it's the one.
Okay.
Let me know if it's this one.
And
is it that one?
Yeah. Which one? Yes, that's the one. No,
I'm going to ask for $500,000 and tell you what a great idea he has. And I'll meet a woman who has demonstrable traction. She's got 100 users already, and the app is on its second iteration, and she's scared to ask for the money because she doesn't feel like she's ready. Oftentimes, there's going to be a man.
About asking feedback. Please give me feedback. Am I making sense to you or not? Am I proving? Is there any one thing that you're catching? You're saying, you know what? I'm glad I came here. Or you can say, Mary, you're talking too fast. or you got too many high ideas. I'm not getting it. It's very.
Do you want me to?
I know. Yeah. Let me just ask them first to give me feedback, and I see what they're saying. Give me feedback, because even I need to know when I'm connecting and when I'm not. And by the way, there are days I don't connect. And people tell me, "Hey, today, Mary, you are off." And some days they say, "You know what? There's something you said, it made sense to me. I got a point." Rachel has got a goal to take my business to now. That next level, define what is next level, because it has to be quantified. Because you see, when you don't quantify it, even if you go up by 100,000 or 1 million, it will always be next level. And then to become an ever-ending goal where you don't feel I've achieved something, set a quantum to make 2 million turnover, 3 million within this year, next year. Set a precise goal so you can measure yourself. It has to be tangible. But I'm glad you're saying also to build a house. Again, own a bungalow. What kind of a bungalow? 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom, 10-room? Where? Your own piece of land in a flat? Be very, very specific. God says when you pray for something, say, I want a square table that says 8 people, that is high, not an over round of it, because you need to be very specific. The more, hazy you are, the more you're not able to achieve your goal. So I like that. Let me see. Lucy Nyaga. Oh my, this is a whole course. Oh, thank you, Lucy. Now you see, my heart starts to swell. Modoni, oh my days, lady, I need to sit at your feet and make this wisdom. My goodness, and sit on them boards and flow with strategy. Aha, no more fear. Yes, no more fear. But you need support people to help you, because when you're alone, let me tell you, fear comes in like this. I worked at UNEP. I started even looking small. I even started dressing small. I was sat on, and I didn't have a support system. Mary, who's here talking confident, even people told me, hey, we may change because of how I was treated. You need support. We are not, human beings are social animals. We need to belong somewhere, get our social identity, our personal identity, and we need to feel there's a team with us. Being alone, believe me, you don't succeed. You don't succeed. And that's why people go to restaurants that are full of people and then they complain, oh, the restaurant is so crowded, it was busy. But there's another restaurant empty, you will not go. Why? Because you want to go where people are. Where it looks busy, there's life. Because we're social animals. Winnie, I'm glad I'm here. Wangari, great session. Rachel Kwamboka, to take my business to another level. Yeah, I talked about that. Agnes, this is me asking for a small favor. Click link if you want to answer a question. Okay, Anne Patsime, I'm going to take 20th cohort. Oh, you're going to take the Female Future. It's a wonderful program. Oh, please come back. I ran away without saying. I'm terrible. Thank you and high five. You guys are lovely. Okay, so Vicky, can I stop sharing? You do that. It's a little one.
Yes, you can see it.
Pitch me on a business, and it's just an idea, and he's going to ask for $500,000 and tell you what a great idea he has, and I'll have a man.
Is it the one?
Whose screen
I'm sharing my screen.
But I'm not seeing you, so let me just stop sharing. Okay, go ahead, let the people see it. It's a very short little video.
I'll have a man pitch me on a business, and it's just an idea, and he's going to ask for $500,000 and tell you what a great idea he has. And I'll meet a woman who has demonstrable traction. She's got 100 users already, and the app is on its 2nd iteration, and she's scared to ask for the money because she doesn't feel like she's ready. Oftentimes, there's going to be this kind of underestimation that happens. We tell ourselves we're not ready, or we don't have enough data, or we don't have enough experience, or whatever it is. We've seen it on the investor side, and I'm like, you guys, like, we need to get some of this energy over here where it's just an idea and you're asking for $500,000, you know, like there's a level of confidence there that I think sometimes as women, we just devalue ourselves like off the bat and we cut ourselves out of the conversation, and we don't have to do that. I'll have a man pitch.
Vicky, just play it again. Sorry, I was on another screen and I didn't see you. I always forget there are 2 screens. Just share it one more time. It's very short.
I'll have a man pitch me on a business, and it's just an idea, and he's going to ask for $500,000 and tell you what a great idea he has. And I'll meet a woman who has demonstrable traction. She's got 100 users already, and the app is on its 2nd iteration, and she's scared to ask for the money because she doesn't feel like she's ready. Oftentimes, there's going to be this kind of underestimation that happens. We tell ourselves we're not ready, or we don't have enough data, or we don't have enough experience, or whatever it is. We've seen it on the investor side. And I'm like, you guys, like, we need to get some of this energy over here where it's just an idea and you're asking for $500,000, you know? Like, there's a level of confidence there that I think sometimes as women, we just devalue ourselves like off the bat and we cut ourselves out of the conversation, and we don't have to do that. I'll have a man pitch me on.
Thank you so much, Vicky. And let me go to my presentation and share again. Actually, I should not be stopping to share. So I would like to hear a voice of somebody. One of you, just kind of share something, you know, say something, but not saying how good it is. I want to hear you taking a kind of a self-reflection on yourself. And what do you think then that you can see something that you're not doing, that you are saying, this is what I would love to do. Can I hear that? Somebody just put up your hand. Yes, Thelma.
Hi, Mary.
Hi.
Oh my God, you are so lovely. I'm loving everything that you're saying. So I've just been doing a bit of reflection. So I'm in a scenario where I was interviewing for a job, right? And then when you know that question where like your salary range, and I lowballed myself. So now I'm about to get the offer. I've been doing research, and oh my goodness, I've lowballed myself beyond. Like every day I'm just thinking, I'm watching YouTube videos. How can I rectify it? How can I, I don't know what to do. So everything you're saying I love. It's just like now I don't know what to do, because now I'm thinking that may actually be the reason why they went with me. Like, oh, she doesn't know her worth, so we'll just go with her.
And don't worry, there's a little video I'll show you, which Vicky will show you, and it will give you some very good tips. Let me tell you, you are not aware. You've done your research, you found out. Do you know there's some people who would not have been or are still in darkness? The thing is, I love the human race. I'm 67, I'm still reinventing myself. I was in the oil industry forever. People thought I was a petroleum expert. No more. Then I went to UNEP, said, oh, it's UNEP, international. I have finished. I started doing something else. Now I'm a coach, emotional intelligence practitioner, leadership trainer. And by 80, I want to be like Jane Fonda. Did you see her in Jimmy Kimmel? She was 81 and she was looking hot and slim and 81. You can reinvent yourself. You have so much time. The thing is, you're aware. Now that research, start now thinking, once you've done enough work and you think I've done well, go to your boss and say, hey, by the way, I wouldn't want to move. I enjoy doing it here, but I've done my research and I find that I'm actually a little bit under, and I've been able to do 1, 2, 3. I brought this success, that I achieved this, and quantify it and say, I think, it would be good and it would motivate me here. I want to know what's the next step you have for me. And, let's work on seeing how I can be able to do the things I would like to do as well for my life. When you speak like that positively, I'm telling you they will. But stay and at least get a track record, but and then you tell him, I know, and I know. Makes sense?
Makes sense. Thank you so much.
Makes sense. Okay, let me move on a little. And now, it's who you know. You had me talk about Vicky, talking about Gather, talking about Kate Mkoko here. We're doing something with her. I met her through Female Future. Then she left to do another job somewhere. I heard she had left, so I called her. I didn't know her before. We've known each other maybe only 2-3 years. But I saw what she's able to achieve at Female Future. She's able to run 2 cohorts in a year, where forever we were running only 1 cohort and not many people. She ran 2 huge over full cohorts, because we said we want about 22 max. So bringing 26, 27 people. She brought people from the port, she brought people from banks. So I'm saying, hey, this is the kind of person. So we are coordinating and working and seeing what can we do together. So it's who you know. It's not just about your qualifications. Remember, we said, in any case, those qualifications are a suggestion. You don't say, I didn't meet this, just send it. But do you have relationships that matter? And this is where many of you are telling, can you please join LinkedIn? Can you please stop stalking people on LinkedIn and communicate, talk about the things that you're good at, give information, free share. Vicky has so many free webinars. That's how I really became close with her after COVID, because me, I just locked myself 7 months in a house. I did not step outside, did not open the door. I used to go mad. The bell rings out. Spread things, let them go. But by starting to help others, it helped me. And I became part of a very warm emotional intelligence community. That's how we happen to be here, all of us. And we share ideas and business and how can we run courses together. So use LinkedIn. Somebody has a birthday, even if you worked with him 20 years ago, send him, hey, so-and-so, we used to work together. I see you've got a promotion. Well done. They feel good. Next time you're calling that company for a business, he remembers you, say congratulations, you comment on their post, you also share your own knowledge free. Create a community, a professional community, a business community around the things you have. You don't have to be friends. The trouble with women, we think that friendship has to visit each other in each other's homes. That's not friends. That's not what this is about. Networks is somebody I can call the phone and say, hey, so-and-so, I need this and this. Can you connect me with somebody in Central Bank? I hear they're doing attending. Oh, I hear you went to school with so-and-so. I saw you're connected on LinkedIn. Even if you've not seen them for 3 years, even if you didn't go for their parents, I don't know, funeral. So I can't call Jane. Yes, we're in campus together, but you know, when I hear her father died, I didn't go. Who says you have to go to everybody's funeral? Men sit in bars and they drink with each other. Ask that man where this man lives. He doesn't even know where they live. What's his wife's name? He doesn't know. The way they regard networks and the way women regard networks are two different things. A man will be introduced to you at a cocktail. He'll take your card. Tomorrow he'll call you and say, hey, you're the procurement manager here and there. Can you introduce me? I don't know to who. And you'll do it. You don't think anything wrong because it's business. Yet you cannot pick up a phone to call your friend who you knew from school or whatever, because you feel, oh, I don't know, to look funny. I've not talked to them for a long time. Even their husband died and I was not there. That person doesn't even care about that. After all, when they call you, you help them. These are professional networks. But now when you start being interested to help them and they help you, you're able to. But of course, for us as women, we have costs of networking. So that's why it's very good to have a support networks of women. Because the way we network and the way men network is very different. A man will play golf the whole day, go to the bar until 3 a.m. You cannot go to the bar and sit in front of the bar 3 a.m. You will not play golf the whole Saturday. So we find different ways of networking as who we are. So remember, advocacy and networking are critical tools. Often women underutilize them. When's the last time, like Thelma was saying, you did it, call all your HR friends before you take an offer. Call all of them, even the ones you have not seen for 5 years. Hey, what's the going rate? I'm negotiating with this company. What do you think the rate should be? Ask, network, and then you'll have an idea of the salary before you even apply and go for the interview. We don't network enough. And success comes as much as from who knows you as also what you know. Because they'll vouch for you. They say, yeah, I know her. I know Kate Mukoko. Yeah, she's good. I'll even call somebody, I know that person. Because, you know, most people don't want to make a wrong decision and hire the wrong person. The cost of hiring a wrong person is, or even giving business to a wrong person who doesn't deliver. You're having a wedding, you're having an event, and you give a vendor who you don't know, they don't even turn up. So you want to have the confidence. Does this person know what they're doing? If I tell them, give them a uniform order, will it be done properly or will I be embarrassed? And that's why networks work. Yeah? So for me, building relationship has opened doors for me. I told you I got a board job. I had a friend in Talon. She made me an associate. I started getting other jobs. My board job for 6 years, GT Bank, was somebody from the oil industry who recommended me to the Nigerians. They came here and called me. When I went to UNEP, the person who recommended me was Jane Akumu. I worked with her for over 15 years in Ministry of Energy. She was seconded there. And I used to tell her, hi, Jane, I love the UN. This compound is so beautiful. Because she used to call me, Mary, we're having Sijui round tables for ministers. We need somebody from government. I can't get you at national oil. Please come and talk, come and facilitate. And I say, you paying me? No, maybe we can't pay you, but just come out, go. Oh, we're having this thing, I don't know, with the board or what, and I would go. We were friends. Our daughters knew each other. It was lovely. Then one day she told me, Mary, were you serious about coming to work for you? And I said, of course. What? I'll come. That's how I got my job. Jena Kumu. She even got me a meeting with her boss, Rob De Jong, a Dutchman. And we met at Village Market and we ate. And he said, you know, if you apply for a job, you better be serious because we want to know who we were. And that's how I got my job. The next one was filling application for me. I was in the Kibaki campaign. I don't know what I was doing there. I couldn't even have time to go on the website. I called Benya, my friend Masioko, who's lovely. She got the orange company. They filled for me the form. 5 years I was earning dollars, international blue passport, connections. You do good, others do good. So just network, particularly for me with women, because there's going to be no misunderstanding. But that's how actually I ended up in UNA. People say, how ulienda huko namna gani? It was a connection. But I used to support them. I used to go there when I was Petroleum Institute and so on. So please don't underrate those connections. An uncle, somebody, a friend, but you also do for somebody. So, sisi tuko na kitu inaitwa perfectionism. That's why we make good mothers and good house managers and good people managers. We want everything to be And that's something by the research has shown. Women often feel the need to meet 100% of those qualifications we're applying. We focus on the potential. Please focus on the potential, not the perfection. I have potential to reach there. Oh, you don't have this paper. Oh, I have a potential to do it. Oh, you don't have 5 years experience. Yes, but I have the potential to be a very good manager because I've done 3 years here and 2 years here. Very diverse, but I can manage people. Focus on your potential. You don't need to be perfect. Apply even when you're 60%. Go for that loan even if you don't meet that target. Let them tell you no. You're good enough. Even the very rich people, they tell you they started. Billionaires, they had nothing. The story of Microsoft, the way he went to pitch, he had nothing. He didn't have the program ready. Vicky, is not true. Bill Gates had no program. He had written nothing. They went and said they've written. They had written nothing. They had written nothing. McKinsey, who's an internationally well-known consulting firm, they did a research and they saw that men are promoted for potential and women are promoted for experience. It's not sad. They say, oh yeah, he's young, but got the potential to be CEO. You are there with your 15 years experience. So you don't need to be Beyonce before you step on the stage. You can still rock it. Just go on that stage. You should read the story of even those comedians, how they started. They say they used to bomb when they used to do those stand-up comedies. There's that something, Mike Nights. That's how they started. How will you start if you don't? Okay. There's two I want you to find. This one is at Ignition Business. This is a real estate mogul. And she's called Barbara Corcoran. She's on Shark Tank. And she's sharing her advice on how to successfully ask your bid. She's actually got very good thing. And then this other one, if you can get this one, this is CNN. It's called Asking for a Raise, Women versus Men. It's about 8 years old. It's 3 minutes. It's called Asking for a Raise, Women versus Men, 3 years ago.
And the first one you said, Barbara Shark Tank.
Yeah, it's called Business Insider at Ignition, Barbara. Business Insider asked real estate mogul and Shark Tank host Barbara Corcoran. Corcoran.
2 minutes.
Yeah, it's also very
Okay,
short.
play that one.
Sorry?
I play that one.
The other one is this one. Asking for a raise. Women. Yeah, I want you to play both. Start with Barbara, and then we go to this one. I've actually now only got one more slide, and we finish. Do I stop sharing, or you'll go to the other thing? You go to the other slide.
I have started sharing, so I'm about to go live.
Can they hear it? Okay, go ahead. Go live.
Who knew Donald Trump way back in his New York real estate days?
What a charmer.
Can they see the screen, really?
You know, despite, you know, whatever you say about him, even you say he's a great salesman. What is his sales technique? Why is he so great?
He is a phenomenal salesman. He's not a great salesman. He's probably the best salesman I've ever been in the company of. And I spent a lot of time with Donald because he's 5 years older than me, I think 4 years, and he was raising his company right parallel with me raising mine.
It's not that
and
one.
So I did a lot of work with Donald. And I can tell you, he is the best salesman I've ever met in my life.
It's not that one.
I watched him walk into a situation, for example, selling the plot.
It's not that one. It's that how to get a raise. It's called how to get a raise. Business Insider. How to get a raise. Business Insider. Guys, have patience with us, but maybe we can be chatting. You can put things in the chat. What are your thoughts so far?
Okay, I have it.
Okay, share.
Tell me when to stop.
Yeah, it's all of it.
Do you really want to raise, or this is a for example?
We all want to make more money.
Yes, of course. And I could tell looking at you, you're underpaid. Because you would have bought a much nicer shirt and trousers if you were making enough money. If you want to get a raise, and particularly if you're a woman who wants to get a raise, women don't ask for raises. I can tell you, I've employed thousands of women over my life. They do not ask for raises unless they absolutely must. And men ask all the time. And so what the smartest thing to do is, first of all, make an appointment to ask for a raise. Even if your expectation isn't that you're going to get it, at least ask for it, because that sets you up for the next meeting where you'll likely get it. And the smartest thing to do is to walk in with a list of your responsibilities when you started at the company, and then also the list of things you've taken on since you started. And simply make the boss aware that you have a lot more responsibility. You're delighted to take it on, give me more, but I'd like to be compensated, and to name a number you'd like. Most women, when they work up to the point where they'll ask for a raise, they won't give a number. I'd like to get a raise. Men will walk and say, I'd like to get a raise. I'd like it to be around 10, 15%. No qualms. So if you're a timid woman, I think a smart thing to do is ask, what would a man do? And walk in thinking like a man. If you don't get the raise, you have to ask what would merit a raise, so that when you come back the next time, you can say, hey, this is what I've done. I'd like to get that raise.
That's okay?
Yes, beautiful. Excellent. Now, Thelma, I hope that you got your answer. Get the second, while I talk, Vicky, get the second one, and then maybe make it full this time. So you listen. The other one was
CNN, how to ask for a raise.
Yeah. Asking for a raise, women versus men, CNN. And it's got two people on the top, a young man and a young lady.
This one.
Yes, that one. Just hold on before you start it. So guys, list your responsibility. This is what I do. Then the things you've taken on and succeeded so far, quantify them. And then name a number. I know some of you are already laughing because you just say, I want a raise. Then you say, how much? So in this next video, you'll watch. They want to know how much to ask for, and you'll see the difference between a man and a woman. And they were actually doing it the best they can, and they just said, let's try it out, but they weren't given any instructions, and it was very interesting. So Vicky, make it 100% as well. I mean, press that button.
It's that moment many of us dread.
And some of us look forward to.
The long walk to the boss's office to ask that crucial question.
Can I have a raise?
Last year, Glamour magazine found 57% of women have never asked for a raise,
compared to just 46% of men.
We wanted to find out why, so Samuel and I are submitting ourselves to an experiment.
So we invited a top New York career coach to the CNN offices, and she's going to pretend to be our boss as we do some mock salary discussions.
And we're going to see who performs best.
The reality is that men have been conditioned to negotiate because they were earners and because their value has been equated to the amount of money that they bring in, whereas we have not over the course of history.
For the experiment, we're using our real jobs, CNN journalists.
And of course, our real personalities.
Everything else is based on general aspects of this industry.
Hi.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good.
Hey boss,
Hey.
good to see you.
Good to see you. What can I do for you today?
Well, I've been going over some of the numbers with HR.
Right from the start, the difference is stark.
Scattered eye contact, and your body language was sort of hanging back a bit, and the wringing of the hands. Sam came in very forcefully. He was face forward here, long spot, very confident in the way that he projected his ask. Generally, the raise that we give to everyone every year for good performance is 3%.
We both decided to ask for more than 3%, the average pay rise across major U.S. employers this year.
We didn't tell each other exactly how much more. So I wanted to discuss whether we could look at perhaps a slightly higher than average increase this year, maybe around 6%.
I really think that a 10% raise would be reflective of the type of work that I've been doing.
It's an issue because most women will come in and negotiate at their bottom line. If you do not come in at higher than what you want, there's nowhere to meet in the middle.
So first, you start high.
Then you have to justify it. It's the sponsorships that I brought in for the company. The segments that I have been doing have been bringing in more money continuously than any of the other people in our group.
I've been mentoring a lot of the younger members of the team. I'm helping them to kind of discover their own talents. While I talked about what HR execs call soft skills,
I went straight for the bottom line.
This is a very standard, expected gender differential in the way that men and women negotiate. But when it comes to money, money has to equal money. And so what you're bringing in really needs to be the first justification.
Did we get the raise?
Yes, both of us, both of you, yes.
Different amounts?
Different amounts, of course, though, because you didn't give me quite enough room. I could come back and say to him, fine, you're getting 6%. You asked for 10, I got you 6. But you probably would have ended up with 5.
Sebastian
And Samuel Burke, CNN Money, New York. Congratulations on your raise.
Thank you, well done.
Okay, we can't hear you, Mary.
I was laughing and saying, I'm sure you picked up a couple of things and I can see some of you smiling. But the only two people I can see are Catherine and Winnie. Winnie Ngumi, Catherine Mukoko. Mulienda wapi, all the people who are giving me courage to... Mulienda wapi, can you join now and tell me, what did you get from that video? What did you get? Please, let us talk about it. What did you get out of that video? Put it in the chat, please. Put it in the chat. Let me hear what you got from that video, because there's some very clear points there. Even when I saw it, I really did laugh.
Demeanor, she says demeanor.
Mm-hmm.
Her body language was unsure.
Mm-hmm.
Body language matters. Money equals money.
Yes,
Money plus money. You need to be clear on your worth and project, your ask. Women fear asking. Confidence in the woman. Confidence again. Bold and confidence. Be ambitious and present them with confidence. The man was very
nice to see you, Suzanne.
Power of negotiation.
The guy was very specific, absolutely. And the justification, absolutely. Thank you, Vicky. Now, do you see the difference? And let me ask you one thing, which I hadn't caught the first 2 times. I watched this video 2, 3 times before I decided to put it. And I'd had it, but I didn't click. They say men have been conditioned to ask because their value is equated to what they earn. Think about that sentence. Men have been conditioned to ask because their value is equated to what they earn. So society has said, wewe una make pesa ngapi? Uko na nyumba ngapi? Uko na watoto ngapi? You know, it's their wealth. That is what they equated to. So that's why they know in this game competition. Let me ask you guys and put it in the chat. What is women's value equated to in our society? That's a bit I had not clicked. I clicked it right now when I was listening. What is our value? What is your value equated to in our society? What do they say you women are good for? What's the value of a good woman? Honey, what's the value of we say, what are the things we say? It's a good woman. Those things, it's a good woman. Suzanne, thank you for the support. Lovely to see you here, my dear niece. Jerry, Christine Chabuera, tell me, what is the value? What does society say is a value of a good woman? Wameandika nini, Vicky? Are they writing?
Service.
Nah, I don't agree.
Marriages, children.
Yes, children. Nini ingine?
How she cooks, family care, submissive, family-oriented, nurturing, good wife.
A good wife. It reminds me of that thing, that Bible verse I don't like. Vicky, you know which one it is?
Proverbs 32.
No, not 32. Proverbs 39. Isn't it 39?
39. It's a proverb.
The one who works well, her husband is sitting by the gate.
Yes.
Talking with friends, and as she's gathering her lunch, she gets up very early. She cooks before everybody else. She sets her ship sail. She goes to harvest. Hey, that woman, one. I say, I don't care what.
Proverbs 31, yes, it is Proverbs 31.
Not 39, it's 31. Sorry, I was wrong. As
we are in Proverbs 32, the one who doesn't wait.
Let me go on my phone and just look for that 31 woman. Let me just go into. Can you all of you Google that woman, Proverbs 31? She's a champion. I don't know whether there's anybody like that in life. Can you imagine? She gets up before she bakes bread. She even bakes bread. That's a value now. That's what society says. A good woman goes home early, looks after the children, cooks for the husband, is quiet. You don't make noise. You don't give your opinion. That's a good woman. When you talk a lot, you like here. So now that is why, you know now why you don't ask, because the value, you don't even feel pushed to. What you feel pushed is to get married. Every time you go home, your auntie says, Nabona, you're not married. I can't even find the full Proverbs 31. Oh yeah, I found it. Noble character. She gives beer to those who are perishing. I don't know, she does what? She gets up when it's still dark. She provides food for her family and portions for her servants and girls. She considers a field and buys it. Why is she buying the field? Out of her earnings that she has planted. She says about her work rigorously. Her arms are strong for her tasks. Then she sees at her trading. She's a farmer, she's a trader, she's a cook, and her lamp does not go out at night. Then in her hand, she holds this stuff and spindles. She's also spindling, which is weaving. When it snows, she has no fear because she clothes the people. She makes coverings for the beds. She's clothed in fine linen. Then her husband, because of what she does, her husband is respected at the gate where he takes his seat amongst the elders of the land. I am umeskia. But you see, modern life has now even told, we need money. We're told to go and earn for 2 households. What do you do? So now we have to be Proverbs 31 plus also earning. So if you don't ask, you're going to collapse. Aren't you going to collapse? You've got the Proverbs 31 on top of you, but also you need to bring the income. Are you really, you're not Hercules and you're not Mr. Atlas. So you really have to have boundaries and decide what it is that you can do and what you cannot. So my request to you, given this talk and you're all saying, oh, Mary, you're opening your eyes, I'm hearing you. What will you ask for this week? Make a plan, practice, follow through. So I want you to do this. These are the 2 points I want you to do. One, identify an area where you've been holding back from asking. Just identify. And we even talked about it in the beginning. Remember, I asked you what was the one thing that you would ask. So that was a trick question. I was waiting to come here now so that you don't run away. You don't say, I don't know. You put there before you put. I remember. So identify that one area where you've been holding yourself back from asking. Commit, you're going to do this week. I listened to Mary Mukinda. She did it free and she charges a lot of money. So now I have to feel I have paid her through doing it myself. Paid forward. Commit yourself this week, you're going to ask. I know it's Thursday, so by next Thursday, make it a full week. Then number 2, find a negotiation partner to practice. This Female Future program, I say, we practice. We teach them this rhetoric, which is the art of argument, how to make an argument. It's by Aristotle, who says every argument you make, there should be 3 things. Logos, which is facts. Ethos, which is about proving that you're the right person to do it. Then pathos, which is saying, if I get this, this is what I can do. I can make this company grow. I can get more benefits, will get market share. So project that picture of the future that you want to bring in. So carry somebody with you. So you must have logos, pathos, and egos. But actually 2 are necessary. And logos must always be there, which is the facts, the numbers. But if you want it perfect, have 3. Logos, ethos, and pathos. You Google. You guys, you don't Google enough. You know what I mean? My partner is ChatGPT. I don't even send a text without taking it through ChatGPT. I use Gamma. I use Copilot. Now I've started Mid-Journey. All these are AI tools. Guys, the computer is free. You have it. Google. Use AI. These are tools. The way you have your phone is a tool. The computer is a tool. Calculator is a tool. Use tools to help you move you forward. Yeah. So I want you to say, I can do it. And I'm going to identify one area. So I want to do one last Mentimeter. Ask you a question and we see where you are. And after that, if there's time, I don't know if there's time. If I talk too much, I'll not look at my clock because it's another spring, but I know it's a half hour. You might have 2 minutes for questions, but let me put my last Mentimeter. I ask you that and I see what it is that you will do. So where's my Mentimeter? Okay. Share. I still got to work out how I can make myself bigger on the screen. I need to know how to do that. So this was the last response to give me. What's the one small thing you could do? And you gave me 54. Make a difference. So now let me ask you this question. Oh, okay. There were some questions I didn't ask you before, but now let's ask. Do you feel that your qualifications matter more than your potential when you're applying for a job, or when you're applying for a business, for a tender, or going to meet a customer to negotiate? Do you feel your qualifications, I've got 10 years as an entrepreneur, I've got a business, or is it your potential that this person can actually do this job? We have 79 people in the chat. They're not dropping off. That's good. Excellent. There's somebody, FOWEK, mute yourself. Is that you, Vicky? Mute yourself. Whoever is called, no, it's not Vicky. Whoever is called FOWEK, thank you. You guys, if you were in my class, I would have taken you kila mtu moja max, because you're not giving me energy now. You're not, only a few of you are showing me your faces. Thank you, those of you showing me your faces. Now, you're 79 and only how many have replied? Guys, we've talked about showing up, being present if you want to succeed. Women, let's stop taking backseat other people are going to do for us. Nobody, you're the one in this webinar. Nobody else is in this webinar. And nobody forced you to come. So please participate. And it's just putting practice. Let me practice answering questions even when I don't want to, when Mary pushes me. Why is helping me get practice? Consider my little bullying as practice, but I bully you because I love you. I really want to make a difference in women's life because I know what massive potential women have. If they were running this world, it would not be what it is today. So show me, tell me what you think. Okay. 13, that's 15, 22. Okay, I can't bully you anymore. Mumekata, you're 79 online, lakini you've forgotten. Use a number, go to menti.com, code 24037436. Okay, and then let me go to the next one, which is one I wanted. What's one action you'll take in the next 7 days to ask for something you deserve? This is my last question, the one I told you I want to ask it. Please, all 79 of you, say thank you by just putting there. You can put it in code. You don't want to show everybody. Just put it in a code, KJN. No, you are something, something. Just put it in code. Abbreviate it so nobody can see what it is. But at least you've said it and in your head. You know why? We know that people achieve goals when they take it out of their heads and write it down. And then when they speak it, first of all, actually, they speak it out. That means actually the goal is sort of taken form. From the creative side, it's become an actual concept through the words. When you write it down, it takes form. And actually, this is spiritual. When you tell somebody, oh, it's taken shape now, it can be actioned. And this is how the Creator even created the world. He spoke, let there be light. And the study has shown that you have an idea, it's still a concept. Once you speak it, the words have been released and they're out in the world. They have been formed. You write it down, it takes shape. You tell it to somebody, and then you tell somebody, and then you get somebody who will hold you accountable. That's it. That's actually the string to getting your objective done. Get somebody to hold you accountable. That's why even in prayer, we have accountability partners. In business, we have accountability partners. The way you organize yourself, your finance, holding people accountable for the money, sales, you're accountable for this. You need people to be holding you accountable. Oh, I love, somebody says, I'll be bold and ask. The intention is there. Now write it down, plan it, get the number, be specific. This lady said what? List your responsibilities, what things you have taken on, the value you have brought, then name a number or a goal. I want this business of this company. Take a chance, ask for funding support, not giving, start my business. Oh, lovely. Apply only for those that have 75%. You've even taken this further. So you're still saying the man can go for 60, but you go for 75. At least you've done something. Thank you and well done. Talk to my networks and get about, revisit my professional goals, utilize my potential, define who I am and what I want. Yes, yes, yes. Not to devalue. STA, you say you've written something. This is wonderful. 36 responses. Out of how many people? 72. We've lost 7. Thank you so much, everybody. I've enjoyed this. I didn't think I'd have energy at 11:30. It's now almost 12:30 in the night. But it's really given me the energy. I'll let those... It's 1:30. So I'll leave that going. And if anybody has something to say, including saying thank you, Mary, where is the facilitator? I'm happy, and then I can go eat or at least have a drink. I can relax.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. God bless.